Yeah. All right, we're gonna build. I'm on the go. I'm on the go. But it don't stop. We must do what we must do. Yep. Back in my city of Flint, Michigan, handling some business. I'm gonna kick this science. Let me get some things charged up. Because we must do what we must do. Give a little intro to science to let people know we do things in order. And we're gonna have some order a little bit today. Let me set some things up. I don't know. I know it might be a little crooked, but that's okay. I know Morris can see where I'm at. Hold on. If y'all can see me, everybody say, all right, I just want to make sure the camera's straight. Oh. Yeah. If y'all can hear me, everybody let me know if you can hear. Downtown in my city of Flint, Michigan. Long way from Arizona. Like I say, man, I do a lot of things, man. Nice day. But yeah, let's deal with this science, man. If I can get to what my day. Hope everybody doing all right. Oops, I think I did it wrong. My bad, y'all. Wait, I'll turn this thing. There we go. There we go. My fault, family. Islam. How we gonna do everything, in a proper fashion? When we do these lectures, we ask for a suggested donation of $5 or $10 to Cash App $KG I don't think that's a lot for our brothers to contribute. If you don't want to contribute it, I understand, but I don't understand. If you say you want to understand science, that's why you're here. If you're here to disagree with me, you wasting your time. You never can waste mine because I'll just block you. I love to do that. But if you're here to learn and to be illuminated, I don't see why Moors won't give a donation. We'll give donations and spend our funds other places. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with us doing that. So we'll give it a few minutes. Let's see. Yeah, I know, Noble. We're gonna give it a few minutes. If not, well, it'll just be for my members in class. I have no problem with that at all. What he said? Oh, yep. I got you, Noble. On the up. Yep, I have no problem with that. We'll just members and students will get it. So I wait a few more minutes before we build. Like I said, if we do things the right way, I don't think it's nothing wrong with brothers giving a donation if you come to this page. It's only right. It's only right, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So, yep, Islam Moors. Islam. I know we came in a little late, so that's why I want to give everybody a couple minutes. It don't take me long to build. I can build anywhere. This is my life, man. Islam. Hey, Celine, don't worry about it. If brothers and sisters don't want to give a donation to what we saying, we just do it, for class, and we just keep it private. But I try to use this platform for brothers and sisters, man. I try to use this platform for brothers and sisters to come in and give donations to see what the science about. And if brothers and sisters don't give donations, I don't have to do what I'm doing. Like I said, I just keep this for class, and I'll teach it tomorrow in class. I have no problem with it. And that's why I said this is the community service that I do for brothers that may be looking for the science or may be intrigued. I say, okay, well, here's a brother that's coming on here. He's not charging that. He say, man, give a $5 or $10 donation because he's a real school. And that's all I say to Moors. And in our culture, I think we shun what we're supposed to put on a pedestal, and that's academia, and that's our scholars. And we just glorify things with no value. And it's only our culture. And when I talk to my brothers and I say, man, I'll be telling y'all some real things. When I travel places, man, it's totally different. Scholarship and academia, especially being who you are, is put on a high status. If people would have seen what I was, look, every morning when I jog, I'm in Flint, Michigan right now. I'm back in my home state. So today I was jogging, I was getting ready to do my build in Michigan. It's like a little nature area. It's called Farmar Lake Nature Preserve. If anybody on here in Michigan, they know what I'm saying. So anyway, I'm going through there, and I'm getting ready to do my motivation to my brothers and sisters that may be lost in the wilderness. Because as an adept, I must elevate all holy books, because I believe in all holy books in the essence. So as I'm building, a European man standing right there, older gentleman, and if anybody was on my live, on my IG page live, he stopped right there in his tracks and stayed there the whole time I was speaking. And what I'm telling people is, if you're a light, no matter what it is, you would change any darkness. And I'm not saying that that brother was dark. What I'm saying is, he agreed with the science that I was saying, and it touched his heart. It touched his heart. It touched this older man's heart. European, he like, man, I knew you was an educated man. He was like, everything you saying is 100% valid. Got to ask me, like, are you going to be here tomorrow? Can I bring my wife? These are the things when I say science and adept. When I say don't let being a Moor mess you up in life. You are in the world. You are in the world. And if you don't understand who you are, then you damn sure don't have no business going around saying you a Moor. You don't hate yourself, and a great God, Allah, or whatever you want, a language you want to use, has created all these things. He created red birds, blue birds, and then I ask people, do they love Allah within? Yeah. Well, if that's the case, why you don't love Allah's creation? Why you don't love the things that he's made? I deal with the heart of man and women. Come on, man. Come on. This is what this science is about. And righteousness is for everyone. When I tell people, man, Allah made everybody in his creation. We are all Muslims if we understand the science. You got to understand what I'm saying. If you don't understand what I'm saying, well, I am not for you. I am not for no Negro to get on my page disagreeing with me and ask me a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not for you. And you operate on bull crap. You're not operating on the science, and you're not operating on no teachings of what the prophet taught. Because if you did, you'll understand everything I'm saying. And you'll understand who the prophet taught the science to, and what he was doing, and what the mission was. The mission was to never separate yourself. The mission was to illuminate who you are right on this earth plane. That was the complete mission. And so what I'm saying, righteousness for everyone, the metaphysics of everything. If you understand that man is made in the image of Allah, righteousness is for everyone. You got to understand what I'm saying. When I teach this comedic science, when I say we can agree on the essence, when I teach these things about the righteousness of and the heart of man, that's for anyone. When I hear a Negro, especially a Moor, when they talk this stuff, I know you ain't traveled abroad. I know you don't know science, because science and something righteousness can change anybody. I don't give a damn what you are. If somebody righteousness and they giving love to you, man, they want to be part of that love. I know this for a fact, because I have Europeans that want to be part of what I'm doing, that I graduated from Grand Canyon University with when I got my master's. This is what I know for a fact. Europeans that see what I'm doing, that's on social media. Moors ain't the only ones on social media. Everybody see you on social media. People that you work with, everybody see. And every European student I see, they buy books from me. This is what I tell Moors. I said, I never die poor and broke. Why? Because I do business. With who? With everybody. That's what I'm saying. So before I even get into any teachings, man, like I said, I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes, 7 more minutes. We asked for a suggested donation of $5 or $10 to Cash App $KG Bay. There's no reason no more should be giving $5 or $10. There's no reason. And if that's too much for anybody, man, that's okay with me. Because I do have a school and I do have members, and I give all to my members and students. So I'll wait for a minute. If not, I'll see y'all. If any of my members on here, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Because we're going to illuminate something. Because we're going to illuminate something. So I'll wait. We got what? What we got, Noble? What do you say we got? We got 7 more minutes? Yeah, it's Cash App $Bay. It's nothing wrong for giving gratitude for your brother that's giving you teachings. If a brother was bring you to the temple every day and he say, man, the brother don't even be asking for nothing. All he asks for is a $5 or a $10 donation. I'm like, man, I got that. I'm coming to the temple every day. Because the Noble teaches science every day. And that's why I be telling us, man, I'm like, is it worth anything to you? If it's not worth anything to you, then I get it. I get it. And I have no problem with that with anybody. If it's not worth nothing to anybody, I understand. Believe me, I really do. If it's not worth it to anybody, if the science is not worth nothing to anybody, if it's not worth a donation, then what are we doing? And then I know you're going to go to church and you're going to send your kids with money and they're going to come home and don't know a damn thing. And they're going to come home and think Jesus white, all this outside stuff, and they're not going to know no essence of nothing. They're not going to understand history and law and civics. They're going to still be calling themselves black. Your baby's not going to understand anything. Your baby's not going to understand anything cultural, and they can get that all from your brother. Wait till our physical temple be set up, man, and watch how all the classes be systematic. And everybody has the opportunity to be a part of something that's beautiful. But what we choose to do is play around. We support things that mean nothing. We'll go to clubs, grown men, and go to strip clubs and give money away and do all these other things that mean nothing. You know? You understand what I'm saying, Morris? And what I be talking to is grown men. So somebody correct me if I'm wrong. What I'm saying is what's important to us as Moorish men and adults. When these men say they want science and a brother will deliver the science for small donations, and then once you decide to be a student and a member, this is going to be the best decision you made, because we haven't even cracked the surface yet. We haven't even cracked the surface yet, Morris. We haven't even cracked the surface yet. So that's what I'd be saying when Moors say they study at home. And I'm like, what you studying? And the average Moor studies absolutely nothing. The average Moor just won't books. And I say, well, it's no application. It's not holistic. Holistic is making things applicable. The average Moor can't use nothing that they reading because they don't understand what they're reading, especially when it comes down to law and civics. They think law and civics is just some magical garbage. Y'all believe, the average Moor believe in some magic. Believe in something they believe in something going to happen osmosisly. It don't happen like that. And that's why the majority of us, especially Moors, would say they study more science. They're lost. They're lost so much where it's sad. Like it don't even make any sense. And so I'm gonna give a little bit of this, but I'm gonna give it the rest in class because I know what this is all about. I'm gonna give a little bit just to give a little preface to show Moors what they missing. This is gonna be in one of my other books. I told y'all I'm spitting out. I already got 10 books already, hard copy and PDF. I got 10 more coming out. And when I go do lectures at colleges and at the Philosophical Research Society, all my books they go for $50 a pop. And I come back to my people and offer all 10 of my books for a $60 donation. All my books should have flew off the shelf. Everybody that claimed they sell for more should have all my books for a $60 donation, and it's tax exempt. And that's when I use the analogy, when I'm gone, I'm gone. Because I don't care about social media. I just try to use this, like a lot of my elders said, use this to get the brothers. If brothers on the internet, use this to capture the brothers. And if they looking for light, you don't have to say too much. They should see what's righteous, and the people know my voice. So I'm gonna give a little bit of this. The rest, I can't keep doing things when brothers don't want to be, how can I say, gratitude for the brother that's teaching something. And we'll give a donation for the brother time. So I'm gonna give a little bit of this, and it's not gonna be too much. But Allah praises are due. When we say Allah, I'm talking about arm, leg, arm, head, the manifestation of myself. When I say Islam, I'm talking about I, self, law, and master. I understand that it's a creation, so it had to be a creator. I get that. I'm not here to argue with nobody man-made religion. I have no time for that. If we're gonna talk things that we're gonna talk science and the chemical makeup and being scientists and nobles and historians, I'll rock with that. But your religious dogma, connotated, arbitrary perspective, I don't rock with that. So highest honors to Allah's holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all the Moorish American Muslims and all Asiatics in this new era of time, those on the earth path, and honors to all nationalities and nations, praising the great God under our own and your own vine and fig tree, and honors to whom is due. Thanks for the donation, Noble. Yep, it's Cash App, $KG I'm only gonna give a little bit. I ain't going too far. My Noble on my other page, like, man, you give too much for brothers not to. I'm only gonna give preface, and I'm done, Noble. It's gonna be for class. But thank you, Elder. But the essence of law. There is but one Allah, the author, the creator, the governor of the word, almighty, eternal, incomprehensible. That's in your Moorish Quran. And I'm not going to give you the scripture, because you should know this. I'll give it tomorrow to my students. Every Moor that say they talk about, they understand what I'm saying, you should know this because you have your Quran. The average Moor don't know it. And I'm not going to give the text. I'll give it to my students tomorrow. If you know it, Islam to you. He has instituted laws for the government of the world. He hath wonderfully varied them in all beings, and each by his nature come his will. That's also in your Moorish Quran. And as Moorish Americans, we are instructed to know thyself and Allah. And this is the law, the science of Moorish science, also known as the knowledge of self, or the path, or the way of life. To accomplish such a lofty idea is to be on the path, Islamism, or peace. When you gonna get these religious Negroes tell you about Islam means some submission, man, not, I'm a Moor. Islam don't mean no, what you submitting to. Islam mean peace. Go on with that garbage with me. Go on with that religious garbage. I don't have time for no Negro with that. No, it ain't no what you submitting to. Your higher self, Islam is peace. You understand the higher and lower. You understand it. Peace, the divine instruction for all Muslims. Peace. When I say peace, 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 peace with God, peace with man, peace with nature, peace with the surroundings, for a simplified understanding, as a grand sheet, meaning one proficient in the degrees of law to understand the way, so as to further instruct and be of service to one's brothers and sisters and others on the path. Thus said is understood, Moors. The way is life, and life is the path. The path is the law. Deeper understanding, being the very law. We have to understand when one comes to this manifest or to this purition, all law is established in truth, which is the holy breath, the all, the Allah, the all, the Allah, the all, the LA, the H, the W. Truth is which changes not. In the divine instruction for man, it's understood that in all the world, it's two things, Moors. There is what? Truth. The other is falsehood. And falsehood is that which seems to be. And truth is aught and has no cause. And yet is the cause of everything, Moors. Falsehood is naught, and yet it is the manifest of right. So whatever, Moors, whatever been made will be unmade. That which began must end. That's also in your Moorish Quran. And I'm not going to give it to you. I'll give it to my students. Commercial law, in a nutshell, Moors. After reading these certain scriptures that I'm going to give you right in your Moorish Quran, which all these goofies talk about they sheiks, they ain't going to illuminate it. After all this text, when I give you, after reading these Quran in class tomorrow, what I give y'all, Moors, it explains, if you are able to see why, all the stuff that I said, it explains the commercial laws, the process. Watch. When I give you analogy, man is truth and falsehood strangely mixed. Man is breath made flesh. So truth and falsehood are what? Conjoined in him. And then they thrive, and naught goes down, and man as truth abides. Just like when I talk about the thermostat. You don't know at what degree the thermostat go to hot and cold. That's higher science. When I'm talking about speaking of the public minister, the day star from on high, aka the so-called Jesus Christ, right in your Moorish Quran. Right in your Moorish Quran. If you read your Quran, you call yourself a sheikh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody on here that read their Moorish Quran should be saying Islam, Islam. You have nothing to disagree with. The only Negro more that disagree is because you don't read your Moorish Quran and you don't believe nothing. Because you don't study the law and you don't know the law and you can't say you do. The law is the unshakable pillars of truth, dispelling the darkness of falsehood, revealing the light to settle in peace. Laws for civilized governments, their religion, science, philosophy, are grown out of the force of nature and its natural development, constituted by a prophet of Allah, one sent to deliver the law and appoint the faithful to the truth, which are trustees. Vesti man. I hope y'all understanding this science. Oh, you don't. You say you follow the teachers. I know you don't, because you don't even have a state booklet and ain't nobody taught it to you. When I break this science down, it must be broken down for the greatest development of its people to our highest potential, which is the natural of our source, that being truth. That being truth. And in essence, all true and divine laws, they come from what? Allah. And due to the divine nature of Allah, and laws from Allah to man are to guide, to instruct to a perfect state of being, or being peace itself. That's why I always say peace, peace, peace. This is a peace. It's the need for civilized men to develop ways and paths to better comprehend true law, or the force more comprehensively, Moors, understood or understand the will of Allah, and institute civilizations that harmonize with that will. Moorish Science Temple of America, our Moorish divine, and our national movement equals that knowledge of that heaven, a religious body politic, a divine nation state established in 1913 by the will of Allah through his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. I'm going to give y'all just a little bit, and I'm done. And I'm done. Watch how I illuminate some stuff in class tomorrow. Everybody going to get chill bumps. Watch how I illuminate just a little bit of the upper echelons, that hierarchy of the system of law. I'm going to give you a little tit to this, and then you go ask your sheik. Or you go ask them Negroes, they talk about they some scholars and they some this and that. They ain't going to know what the hell I'm talking about, guaranteed. So in the development of civilization, Moors, the will of Allah, love, truth, the law is the law of all laws. The first law is second expression in the picking order of law is natural law. And natural law is existence as its being what is, function as its functions according to the laws which make it what it is. So natural law, Moors, is the giving truth. It is the consistencies that make existence able to be what it is all, or what is at all, the science of. I hope you follow me. The science of what? Epistemology. It teaches us that every age there is a milestone in the journey of the human race. And what I'm saying, Moors, these milestones are developed through governments, the people, the harmony with the law, we the people. We call these Moors times a golden age. The golden age of the Moors. Y'all think somebody else wrote the laws? Because you're not elite. You just a Negro with a fez on because you don't want to submit to a brother that's going to get you there. That's our problem. But we have science, philosophies, medicine, and we apply the law to these. We apply the law to these expressions of civilization, and we call all presuppose in these expressions that we are discovering Moors and learning and being able to apply. It's something that already pre-exists, which is natural law. It's giving truth. When the law when it starts to emerge or manifest in human consciousness through observation and application of natural law, thoughts, thinking, words, deeds, or action in natural law or development of evolution, you have what is the most fundamental of all human law. And the most fundamental of all human law is the law of economics, commercial law. And commercial law is the third law. It has to do with human survival, with human interactions of any kind, any relationship, buying, selling, trading, relating in any way, which gave rise to the fourth law, which is moral law of the family. And the definition of moral law is a general rule of right living, especially such a rule, Moors, or a group of rules conceived as universal and unchanging, and as having the sanction of God's will, of conscience, of man's moral nature or natural justice, as relieved or revealed to human reason. And I'm going to stop right there. That's all I'm going to give today. I'm going to give this in class. I use this platform when I ask Morris. It's a small donation for science, and we'll go to places to do nothing. When I talk about the upper echelons of this system and the system of law, you got the law of the will of Allah, or the law of the force, natural law, commercial law, moral law, the law of nations. A point of reference when I talk about as a Moorish science adept, all scholars should understand the Moorish jurisprudence. Love, true peace, freedom, justice. Love. What is love? It's the will of Allah, or the law of the force. Truth is natural law. Peace, commercial law, freedom, moral law, justice, law of the family, law of the nations. Thus, these 5 high principles are the source code of law for all civilizations which survive peace and can be expressed as a formula or a source code a formula, or the justice formula, the L times T, P / F equals J. If you adapt, if your teachers say he adapt, he know what I'm saying. If not, I'm speaking Chinese to him because he don't know nothing. And that brings deeper meaning to he, who, the Allah. He, what did I'm saying? He instructed law for the government of the world. That's in your Moorish Quran. And I ain't gonna give you a verse. I'm gonna give that to my students. You should know this if you say you study the science and you say you part of some group. And I'm gonna discuss this deeper in the teachings. When I talk about the 7 veils, when I talk about commercial law and all this. So I'm going to end that right there, man. I'm going to end that all right there. And I'm going to get real deep in this in class tomorrow. Because a lot of things I just use to capture people's mind. We can't give it all to people that's not going to be, how can I say it, want to be educated. The light is for ones that want it. And just a small tittle of light, you can illuminate anything. And so that's why I come on here on YouTube and I ask more, say, hey man, a small donation. You've been going to these temples and listening to these people for years and years, and you've been misguided. It only take me a small to destroy anything, especially when it comes to more science, and especially when it comes to law and civics and history and finances. We'll destroy anything that you thought you knew in 1.2 seconds. Point blank. From no prejudice, from no bias. Period. Any questions? I'm done. Any questions? Thank for the donations. Those that gave a donation. Those that haven't, it's all good. I understand what's important to you. It's no problem with me. But anybody, we got any questions before I'm done? Any questions, Morris? Class gonna be amazing, Morris. Oh, yeah, class gonna be amazing. If I got any of my students in here, Brian Hicks, or one of his family members, passed. We'll talk about it in class tomorrow. But Islam to everybody, man. Islam, 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 Islam. Peace, 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 peace to everyone. And the only way to learn more science, the only way to learn law, the only way to learn history is to become a student. The only way man know is by knowing. That's the only way you're gonna know. The only way you're gonna know, you must build your library and you must study systematically. And I'm a guide, and I'm here. And when I'm gone, I'm gone. And nobody can have no ill feelings to say, hey, the noble was here, and the noble started from ground up. More see when I go places, man, y'all see how when people gravitate to me, just like this morning when I was working out in a European, how he gravitated to me, the science I was building. And watch, you're gonna be there tomorrow, and I'm gonna build some esoteric science. I know how to reach people. I'm a righteous brother. I am a divine minister. I can talk about any science. This is my craft. I can reach anybody. I deal with the heart of man. I'm telling y'all, man, and don't let being a Moorish American get you messed up in life. I can teach anyone. A teacher can teach anyone. A sensei can teach anyone. A sensei gonna make sure that the heart is right. And if your heart is pure, that's where the nearest place of Allah. I can deal with anyone. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all better get with what's right. The lion and lamb supposed to lay down together at night and wake up in the morning and no one be harmed. The great God of Allah, he made the red bird, the blue bird, all these other manifestations. It's nothing wrong with you loving yourself, but we have compassion for everyone. Because why? Because the great God Allah created us all. This is facts. There's nothing you can dispute on that. We all are Muslims. How? Because we from our mother's seed. In 9 months, 9 to the 9th to the 9th power. That's just facts. I'm not going to argue with what the great God Allah has created. I'm going to deal with righteousness and illuminate who I am and teach the babies who they are so they can love on themselves and they can love on and the people around them and understand that they're not no slave and they're not no Negroes and they are royalty and they are righteous and righteousness and hold themselves accountable to the mishaps and hold their own people to the BS that we went through. I don't blame no European to what's going on with us. Our scholars have let us down. Our religious scholars have let us down. Everything I'm saying is old. Our so-called teachers that we done put, your preachers, everybody, they've been taught wrong. And the ones that know, be damn them. It's not no European business to teach you. Their job is to do what the hell they're supposed to do if they're the damn machine. It's our job to teach our babies, and we fail. And now it's time for me to resurrect this science. And I'm going to do all it takes till the blood is gone in me, till the flesh is gone, to teach this science the right way. And I need y'all help, man. I need y'all help. Don't let this science mess your goofy ass up. Don't let this science, people don't want to be around, and you don't understand that you are a business and you do business. Moors, we always did damn business. Don't let your ego destroy you of what you think you know, and you don't know nothing. Islam, Moors.